Hello, welcome to part 2 of Alien. We are back with the continuation. We left off on quite a cliffhanger last time, and we're going to pick up right where we left off, and I think it's with Eric in the front lines and going to die. He's going to be our first victim.
That's right.
Lenny's going the first go down.
I just run out of the bushes completely naked and throw myself at the entire front line of soldiers.
Art imitating life.
They will never see that coming, and that'll save. Okay, so what I remember what I was about to do is that I was lining up a shot through the passenger side or driver. No, I was going to shoot the driver.
As our resident techie, I'm also our resident note taker. Luther was going to use the grenades that I gave him to take out the people standing on top of the tank.
Right.
Lenny's going to take out the driver. Big Red is going to blow some stuff up. We don't know exactly what that means. We're going to blow some stuff up, and then Archie's going to take out whatever is basically left.
Yeah, that sounds like right.
This is like the part of Ocean's 11 when they theorize the plan, and then it doesn't go.
Doesn't go at all, but that's our plan. That's our start.
So
yeah, I was lining up a shot on the driver, I believe.
Yeah. I think I'm going to kick off with the grenades. When you see the grenades go bang, then you do your bang, and then everyone does their bang, and then off to the races.
Do you have, since I gave you mine, do you have the stuff? Did you add it to your...
I did not. No, I need to figure out how to do that.
Silly.
Just in inventory, yes. No, I had a week to do this. I didn't.
If you just type in G2 electroshock or G2 grenade, that's what they are.
Okay.
Click on the little briefcase icon on the top right, and start typing in G2 or grenade, and just drag it onto your character sheet, and it'll appear on there.
G2. Okay. Yep. Got it. Okay. So let me get my character sheet open. That makes sense. And let me get briefcase. Let me do G2. Just drag it in there.
So we had a broken down UPP tractor. There were 6 UPP there. There was 2 working on it who had their rifles down. There was 2 kind of patrolling, walking around. They had their rifles slung on their shoulders, and then we had 2 who were on top, and they were patrolling the area. Was the situation, and the rest of you were kind of like at the ridge line. You're in the jungle. You're at a ridge line because they're in a clearing where they're driving this massive vehicle through. Because I said last time this thing's like 12 feet tall. It's huge. It's built to go through rough terrain. So. I can't remember if everybody moved up to the ridgeline or not. I know for sure Lenny was there, but you did want to close the gap for grenades. I do remember that as well. Okay,
I'm almost sure that we all got close enough to make sure that we were in range for the things we needed to do. I think we were moving up for the grenades specifically, but So
okay,
yeah, I think. Obviously, because I'm going to be in throwing range, I'll probably have to get a little bit ahead of the group, kind of on one side, and then Lennox, I assume you're going to be on the opposite side.
But I'm not going to be in close. I'm going to be in. Since I'm providing sniper support.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to keep to. I think. What do you think? Medium or long range?
I would say
maybe medium because the jungle's probably going to give them some bonuses on cover, and that could make it even more difficult to shoot them.
I would say whatever is the best cover concealment for you, and then worry about range sort of secondary. So, like if your best cover and concealment is medium as opposed to long, then whatever. So I guess that'd be a Matthew question.
Yeah. So let's jump into like range bands and all that and how it works in combat here. So the way combat works in most free league games and specifically in Alien is there's range bands. You have long, medium, short, and then engaged. That's when you're next to someone, you're in melee or fist to fist or whatever that looks like. Combat. So we determined that this ridgeline you're at is at medium range. Now, firing from medium range is going to give you a -1 to your roll. So -1d6 for range modifier. Firing at long range is a -2. Firing within short range where you're in the same range band as them, but not necessarily next to them, there's no negatives whatsoever. So keep that in mind. So you could pull back to go long range, but it's gonna give you more negatives for your shot. Guns do have like short, medium, long. It doesn't mean that you don't get negatives for firing at that range. It just tells you how far away they'll fire and hit their target. So I think like the sniper rifle might be extreme or something like that for their range band. So you could fire really far away, but you're gonna have all sorts of modifiers applied to it. So it's really up to you knowing where you're at. Everybody's at medium range. Medium range, you can also throw a grenade from as well, and that was why we moved up to that.
And my sidearm, my pistol, my service pistol, is medium range as well. So it makes sense for me to be medium range, and it probably makes sense for everybody else to be in varying degrees of long to extra long or what have you.
Okay.
I'm planning on getting up close and personal because that's what I am well spec'd for. So I'll be
Did not
moving
mean
up
to
with
do
the
that.
Sarge.
CPP firing.
Yeah, and I have my rifle, so I'll just be at the distance I need to be at, so I don't have to occur any negatives or anything like that. I'm just gonna prep and watch.
Okay. On your turn, you can do 2 actions. You can do a fast action and a slow action. Fast action, you can aim. That's a fast action. That gives you a +2 to your roll. So that's a way to negate that modifier. But it means you can't move, because moving is also a fast action. Going prone is a fast action.
What was the first fast action?
Aiming. So I'll give you a +2 to your roll, and then you can use your slow action to fire. So if you know you're not going to move every turn, you can actually sit there and take aim every round, giving yourself a +2 to your roll. You can also do things like full auto if your gun has it, which means you get a +2 to your roll. You gain a stress, but each 6 you roll, you distribute amongst the targets. So you've got 6 targets in front of you right now. You can go full auto and hit multiple people. Typically, you can only target just one person or one target when you attack. So that's also an option. I think everybody has a pulse rifle. That thing can go full auto. So keep that in mind. But you gain a stress, but you get a +2 to your roll. You can also stack that with aim, giving you a +4 to your roll. Overwatch is another action that's in this game. Like from XCOM, it's a fast action, not a slow action. You aim and ready to shoot. The first time any target enters your declared radius or area of fire, you automatically trigger a ranged attack. And then
Overwatch. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to type this down so we actually know some stuff.
Yeah.
Overwatch. Sorry. So you can you aim. With the intent of if somebody comes to your line of sight, you automatically shoot, like setting up a shot, like readying a shot.
Exactly.
Is there any pluses to that or no?
No pluses to that. So the Overwatch is a fast action, but the firing, when you actually do fire your weapon, would then be your slow action.
But then be a slow action. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll take up your whole turn.
You mentioned another thing that I think it started with a D, and I don't remember. Dodge, no. Dash, no.
There is dodge, but only when you're engaged, like when you're in close combat.
I don't remember what you said. It's okay, I'll figure it out. You said something, and I was trying to write it down.
Aiming, maybe go prone?
It probably was prone. That does not start with a D, but hey, let me live.
You can go prone, and that'll give you bonuses for when people are shooting at you. They'll get negatives for trying to hit you, because you're going to be flat on the ground, harder to hit.
Okay.
If you do get into close combat, there is pushing, grappling, things like that we can get into. I don't. It might happen. We'll see. But I have a feeling a lot of this is going to be shooty from a distance.
Are there any other slow actions other than shooting that are pertinent?
Let me jump to my other list here.
Would low probably in position? Because if I'm already at medium, I don't need to go anywhere, do I?
You don't need to. Medium, you'll just get a -1 on your shot, but if you don't move, you can take an aim and do +2.
But he won't get. With the grenade, it's at medium.
Yeah. Slow actions include crawl if you're prone, close combat attack, shoot a firearm, full auto. Maybe that was the other one. Full auto.
Oh, I thought full auto was a fast action. Okay, I guess.
Sorry, that's a slow action. My bad. Thrown weapon. So that's your grenade. Reloading is a slow action. So if you attack and you get a facehugger symbol on one of your dice, your weapon goes dry. Your clip is empty, or it jams, and you have to then spend your slow action next round reloading your weapon.
Gotcha.
First aid is another slow action. Stopping someone from panicking if all of a sudden the stress gets to them. You can give another character orders is a slow action. Use a signature item. That was the things that help reduce your stress.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
so important. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Seek cover is a fast action. So cover is a thing in this as well. And what it'll do is it's going to basically boost your armor rating. For example, a shrubbery is 2 to your armor rating. This is actually in the book. Furniture is a 3, a door is a 4, inner bulkhead's a 5. So using cover in this is also going to help you. You guys do have armor. And when you get attacked, you always get to roll your armor when you're hit from long range, and every 6 you roll is going to negate 1 point of damage that was dealt to you. So also using natural armor and your surroundings is going to help, because 6 dice, as we learned last week, is not a lot when it comes to stopping damage. And I think a lot of folks don't have a ton of hit points. Most people on average have 2 or 3 hit points. And then once you hit 0, you go unconscious. You're not dead, you're unconscious, or you're broken, as it's called this. I'm sorry, you're not unconscious, you're broken. When you're broken, we roll on the critical injuries table. Also, when you're broken, you're conscious, you can hear and see what's going on, you can call out to teammates, you're not like comatose or anything like that, but you can't take any slow actions. So you're kind of helpless till someone runs over and helps you.
Mm-hmm.
We can get the healing also. So you can't be healed by someone using the healing skill unless you are broken. Otherwise, you just use natural healing. So if we get injured in this, the only way your medic's going to be able to heal you is if you are actually broken and you go down. So we'll
go really, really, really hard, and then later Cord will patch you up. Got it. Perfect.
That's right. Cord, you want to be broken.
But you can accumulate stress.
Steve.
You naturally heal over time. You heal 1 hit point every round, and a round is 5 to 10 minutes. So it's going to happen naturally once combat is over. All right. So should we get into speaking of which, should we start combat?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So the way this works is I don't have a digital initiative deck in here, so I'm gonna use the physical one. I have the Alien deck in front of me, and it's 10 cards, 1 through 10. You want to draw lower.
Yeah.
You want lowest is best. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna hold them up, and everybody at home is gonna see what everyone's gonna get. And I'm gonna go in order of the overlay here.
Okay, cool.
For what we draw and who goes when. So we start with Cord. Cord, you have a 10.
Oh, bummer.
Next up, who's next on my list? It is Luther. You have a 6.
6. Got it.
Lenny, 5. Archie, 1. You're going first.
Jesus. Why?
Big Red, 4. And my UPP, 7.
Yeah, you know me.
Thank you.
7 for the NPCs, for the bad guys. All right, so let's line this up. I'm going to make note of this on my end.
And Matt, I got a question for you.
Yes.
I'm assuming we haven't been detected. Is it possible to get a surprise round on these guys?
Surprise round.
Good question. Sorry, what? Let me just organize my initiative here, and we'll assess situations. So remember, I did make a hidden GM roll that you didn't see at the end of last session. I remember you specifically saying I don't like that hidden roll. So I did roll observation for our bad guys. And
that's why we're drawing initiative cards.
They got a success, so they saw some rustling in the bushes, but they did not make out exactly what they saw.
Well, there's a ghillie suit that's about to make a lot of noise. Bushes strike back. All right.
The bushes strike back.
Yeah.
Bushes.
This is for my killing all of my jungle bush friends.
They seem to say.
They seem to say to them. My jungle.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's kick this off. So first up is Archie. So you see the two there kind of like on the top of this tractor. They're looking in the bushes in the general direction of your squad. They got their guns trained, but they don't. You can tell they don't see you. So you have the jump on them. But as soon as you fire, all hell is going to break loose. You're medium range away. Do we have some battle music to listen to?
Dun dun dun.
Checking the thing real quick. Oh, that's just that. Oh, good to know. I have tools to boost my contact. I love this music. Sorry, I was not expecting to go first. Of all the things. I'm trying to see if I have anything, because what would be cool is if I could. Do we get the idea that they might be looking towards our direction?
They're definitely looking in your direction. You're all fanned out, right? That's kind of the way it was. Like, Lenny was up there observing. Yourself and Luther went up there to kind of get in grenade range. So you're not all clumped together. Just the way it was described at the end of the last session. So they're just watching the ridge line as they've seen some sort of movement or rustling, and they're not sure. It could be a natural animal or whatever.
Okay. Then what I want to do is kind of improvise, and I'll just say they might be watching this direction. Let me attempt to change their focus. And I want to see if there's like a rock or something that's around, and I want to toss it into like a side area that causes them to not look over here where we are.
Yeah, there's rocks everywhere.
Great.
Yeah.
I want to get a nice size rock, not nothing I'm not going to struggle throwing, but enough that's going to make noise. Like a couple of rocks, maybe. Just tuck it in an area just to draw attention. What would I do for that?
That's a great question. For the grenade, it's ranged combat to throw that grenade. So I'm gonna say let's do a ranged combat roll also for this. It's a throw weapon.
Okay, I'll make that. Okay.
Do you want to take aim though and give yourself a +2?
I will take aim. Using my fast action.
So just a refresher, to add pluses, you want to right-click on the skill that you're going to use. That'll bring up a menu, and then you can put in your 2 or 1 or whatever that looks like.
I can get through that. There we go. Okay.
And where do you want to throw it? Okay, you're successful though. You're successful. So you pick up the rocks, you throw them to your intended target area where you want them to go. So where did you want to throw them? There's a ridge line, there's a clearing, an opening where this tractor is broken down. You're all watching. Whereabouts do you want to throw it to kind of draw their attention?
I would rather throw it off like to the side of the tractor, so all of their gazes go shoot, and not looking straight out towards us.
Perfect.
But now I have to roll stress.
Please roll me stress. You've only got 1. You're fine.
I'm good.
You're good.
I'm good.
You're looking. You're picking up a rock, and you kind of like snap a twig, and one of them looks like right where you are, and you're like, oh, shit. But they don't seem to see you. You hold together. This is what you're trained for, Marine.
Yeah. So, and I'll say, this is the time to act. They're not looking completely over here. That's all. And then I'm not actually doing anything. It's not a mechanical thing. It's getting my gun ready.
Okay.
But that's it.
Perfect. So all of their attention, everybody whips around, and they basically kind of turn their backs to you at this point. Big Red, over to you.
All right, so can I get into engaged range off this fast action?
If you use both of your actions, you can.
That was what I was afraid of.
So, you've played Forbidden Lands, you know how it is.
You know, I am not always sure if short and engaged are folded in together.
Gotcha.
Because they're pretty cuddly, especially in a ranged combat. You know what? I'm going to.
Okay, so you're just charging up.
So the idea being then, if attention has been diverted, I'm going to use that opportunity to circle around and hug the side of the tractor so that I can get up into them.
I love this. Okay. This is great.
And not alert to anyone else's position. Because I'm not shooting.
Okay, so rock's thrown, turns away, and you're booking it out of the bush straight at them, and you're using a corner of the tractor as cover. Once you get up, you're hugging a side of it. Okay. The way it stands now, so if we're looking at a car, 2 of them are essentially at the hood, at the front of the car. 2 of them are on the... You're looking at the driver's side, like the side of the tractor is on your side. It would be the driver's side that you're looking at, and 2 of them are on that driver's side, and then 2 of them are up top. So you're going to kind of be running towards 2 of them, or do you want to go around the rear where there is nobody?
That had been what I had previously envisioned, but
Awesome.
depends on where their focus is. I'm really just getting up behind them.
Excellent. All right, you're going to the back and you're hugging it for cover. Awesome. That's your 2 actions. Next up is Lenny.
Lenny, I imagine Lenny is at medium range.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I'm gonna be basically I'm down on one knee behind a tree in the ghillie suit, and I'm taking an aimed shot at the driver.
Yeah. Do it.
So, quick question: I'm using the Armat M42A scoped rifle. That scoped rifle also happens to be my signature item, and what's even worse for this poor guy is I took a talent as a weapon specialist in the sniper rifle. With an aimed shot and that weapon specialist talent, I should get a +4 to the shot. But I'm also at medium range, so it's a -1, so it'll be a total of +3 to the shot.
Okay.
Do I need to? So I'm guessing that's not factored in. I need to actually enter that into the base modifier.
Yeah. You'll have to do the right click on range combat and add your
and then just add, and then put +3. Okay, cool.
Just put 3. Just put a 3 in there, and it'll do the rest. Yeah.
All right. Bang.
All right. So Lenny rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes for those at home. So the first success does the base damage on the weapon, which is 2 damage. Everything else you could do different things with it, but you could add 1 point of damage for each success. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points of damage, which is like way more hit points than anybody has in this game.
Yes. I just turned that poor bastard into abstract art on the inside of that cab. Let's see. So I can. Yeah, is there
roll their armor? It'll save their life.
Before you do, just so you know, it is a sniper rifle and it has armor-piercing rounds, so their armor is halved.
Halved. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got 3 successes. I'll give them 2. We'll round up. So 2 successes. Stop 2 points of damage.
Okay. So with all of those stunts on those successes.
Yeah. So I'll run through them for everybody else as well. So with the stunt, so each additional success you get over the first one, there's things you can do which are stunts. So you can inflict 1 additional point of damage per success. So that's how Lenny can do, like, what was it, 7 points of damage here. Yeah. You can exchange initiative. You can move initiative with someone else in the party if they're willing to. If you can ask, like you say, Archie, do you mind if I go first next round, and then you swap places. You can force the target to drop their
weapon. You tell me that now!
Sorry. Oh, but it's only with these stunts you can do that. You can pin an enemy, and they must make a panic roll. Or the target falls to the ground and is pushed back. Or pushed back. So if you're in melee, you knock them back, but if you're shooting, you force them to drop to the ground.
I think the only thing to do here is just... there's no point. It's all damage.
Pure damage.
Yeah, it's all damage.
Okay. So the
single
RPG 2, the truck, this is the driver. The truck is going to give him some armor as well, but it's going to be halved because it's armor piercing. So just going to roll a couple d6s here. See if we get any more 6s. We did, so we stopped 3 points of damage. Is that going to be enough to save this UPP soldier's life? 2. So you're going to do 4 points of damage still. It looks like this poor soldier didn't know what hit him, and they're still barely hanging on thanks to the armor and the reinforced door on this tractor. But he's spun around. There's blood on the inside of the cabin. They're shouting in Russian right now, and they're all kind of getting ready. And they're all turning around. We've got rocks in the bushes over there. They don't know what's going on. They see someone dart out of the bush behind the tractor. Half of them are tensioned there, and now there's shots ringing out from the middle of the jungle. They don't know how many or who is out there. But he's got 1 hit point left. I guess I shouldn't tell you that, but he's got 1 hit point.
I mean, I'm super impressed that he was able to even with armor piercing rounds. Like, I just want to be like, well done.
To soak all of that? Yes.
Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done.
So that was Lenny. Over to Staff Sergeant Luther. Marcantonio.
So to be clear, the 2 that are on the hood or the roof of the vehicle, that's not the direction that Big Red is running towards, right? Red, are you
Correct.
on the opposite?
Big Red
Great.
went the opposite.
Great. So we're gonna throw. Okay, I'm gonna describe something, and Matt, you tell me if this is flavorful or if this has mechanical implications.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw the grenade, but I'm assuming like most grenades, these have a 4-second cook-off. I'd like to do a 2-second cook-off in my hand, so that I throw it when it has 2 seconds remaining, and that way there's no chance it gets thrown back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all for that.
Okay, so you tell me if that's, and if there's no mechanical benefit, I don't give a shit. Like, that's fine. Okay, cool. So do I just click on the grenade itself, or?
Go ahead and click on range combat. Under skills, right click on it. Are you taking aim or doing anything like that?
Yeah, as
To
much
give
as you
yourself
can
the
take,
bonus.
as much as you can take aim with the grenade. Yes.
Okay, so go ahead and right click on range combat. Give yourself a +1 because you are getting a -1 for being at medium range.
Got it. All right.
And then roll that. So you got 2 successes. All right. So explosions work a little differently in Alien. I'm going to run through it, and we'll just kind of talk about. So everybody who's within short range of a blast when the detonation occurs rolls the base number equal to the blast power. So this roll here was to make sure your grenade went on target. It went on target, and you got a stunt. Now you have to roll dice d6 equal to the blast radius or blast of that grenade. Do you know what that is? Does it show on your character sheet? I can find it.
I can find. So medium range. Oh no. No, it doesn't show that on mine.
Okay, let me quickly take a peek here. The blast on your grenade. Is it the electric shock you're using,
Yes.
sorry? Oh,
Yeah,
that's not a blast. Oh, these are nasty. Okay, never mind.
Why do you think I have them?
Yeah, it's crazy. So I think these just got introduced in this module, and they're kind of game breaking. Another group that I run with has like changed out all regular grenades for these. So all the targets that are stuck in this have to make a stamina roll, and they get a -2 to their stamina roll, which is huge because most NPCs will have a low number in that stat anyways, which effectively like shuts them down. Like they drop to the ground, and like you throw this thing the way it's written, it rolls on the ground and then hovers up in the air about 2 or 3 feet and just lets out this electric shock every short range. Now, I will say, okay, so we did talk about range bands. We know now what short range is. So short range is everybody, including Big Red. Do you want to rewind that then?
Oh no.
Because short range is that whole range band.
Okay.
In terms of talking like how what the radius, which is huge.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not gonna frag my.
I mean, but you know, there's the classic like center the fireball not on the person, but based on the radius kind of
Yeah,
vibe, and you
yeah,
were
it's like-
on whatever your target was.
Exactly. So if I can amend it to be that, knowing that Big Red is on an intercept, to be there and seeing that, then yeah, ideally I'd like to throw it so that it's positioned in front, and if that means only the people in the front of the vehicle get stunned,
We'll
then
do the
I'll
two to the
accept
front. Okay.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So they have to make a -2 stamina roll. If they fail, they can't do anything in round. They're dealing with this. So one of them got a success. So one of them just kind of like gets shock, stands there and just kind of snaps out of it, readies his weapon. That's crazy. And I've never seen anybody pass that. And the other one drops to the ground, is kind of like shaking, convulsing as this electric grenade just incapacitates them, and they're on the ground. So one's up and one is prone.
And
cannot
then
act
just-
this round.
As a free action or whatever this game's version that is, I'm just gonna draw my service pistol and have that at the ready.
Sounds good. All right, where's my initiative? Oh, it's the UPP's turn.
No.
All right, so I have one that can't do anything. I have one that's really injured. So who can they see right now? They saw a Big Red dart out. They saw where a grenade was just tossed, and that's really all they can see at this point.
Did they see Big Red, or were they focused on?
They would have heard something like Big Red charged in their direction, so they would be aware of their presence. Something's over there. Maybe they didn't
That's
see
valid.
Big Red themselves, but
Would they maybe be distracted by the giant explosion at the front of the camera?
The guy's shaking. The front of the
so
thing.
hard to buy
Possible.
advantage.
We got the two on top. One of the driver is going to take a shot at Mark Antonio. Let's see how this goes. You all have armor as well. Keep that in mind. So the he's panicking. He's freaking out. He's covered in blood. He's just going to fire. Oh. Okay, Mark Antonio. Then we rolled 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5 points of damage, which would break you, right? Please roll your armor.
Don't like that at all.
Could you do us a favor and roll really, really well?
Yes.
You're muted.
Armor is on the top right-hand corner of your character sheet, right below stress. You just click the word armor, and it'll roll. So you stopped 1 point of damage. So you just took 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Are you broken?
My health, my armor.
Your health's at the top of your sheet.
It's at 0 for some reason.
Oh.
It's equal to your strength. So what's your strength score?
3. So I'm
Okay.
broken.
Roll me 2d6, please.
Oh no! This is all kinds of no.
I'm gonna leave this to in your hands. This is your fate. I'm not rolling your injury. So at the bottom of the, there we go. 2d6, 16. Okay, low is good. You don't want high. You don't want anything in the 60s. It's a d66, so it takes the first number, and that gives you your 10s. Takes the second number, and that's your 1. So you got 16. It's good. 16 equals concussion. So what that means is your mobility's at a -2 for the next 4 days.
What?
Oh my God.
D6 days.
Ouch.
We have a medic. Medics can help reduce that time also.
Ouch.
So this is where our medic's also going to be handy.
Ouch.
So
Look,
they
we don't
watched
want our
you
medic
drop.
to have nothing to do.
Yeah.
Sarge is just being accommodating.
Cord can now charge in on Cord's turn and help Staff Sergeant.
Ouch.
Okay, so you drop. And now these guys are up higher, so they see you. They watch you drop. They're scanning for other targets. The guys in the cab can't see Big Red. They because they're inside the car, the tractor. They can't turn around and see Big Red. But there are the two on the side, and they're going to have to move to get next to Big Red. One of them is going to draw a knife and go.
You're gonna regret that.
And go for Big Red with the knife.
That's not a knife.
That's not a knife.
This is a knife.
And turns the corner, not knowing what to expect, and sees Big Red standing there. Big Red, do you have your rocket? What are you carrying? Describe the situation. What do they see when they turn around the back of the tractor?
It's adorable. It's fashionable. We match. Also knife.
Also knife, and they just kind of stand there, stunned.
Yeah, he brought a knife to a Big Red fight.
Right?
Yeah, is the problem here.
The game mother does not get the push, so I get what I get. That's it. No successes. The other one's going to go around the corner, and they have their pulse rifle out, and they're going to attempt to shoot Big Red.
Okay, that was.
Oh my god!
What the hell are you doing?
Well, this has been our Alien game. Thank you so much.
No, we have been rolling like crap until today.
So the GM's getting lucky here. So what we're going to do, though, the game mother is going to use these stunts. So I'm going to do the 2 points of damage to you, but they're also going to they're going to disarm you with one of their points, and they're going to knock you prone. They want to take you alive. You're a Marine, and they know that you crash landed not too long ago.
Is
So
there
we're
not
going
an
to.
engaged penalty on?
Oh, yeah.
Did the grenades do anything to them or no?
These are the other guys. These are the ones that
okay.
weren't affected by the grenades. So they're not engaged with you. These guys this guy is short range. The guy with the knife went to go engage.
Okay.
The other one who's short range, is in that range band, so he's kind of going around the vehicle, sees you, and takes a shot within the same range band as you. So there's no negatives for that. But so we'll do 2 points of damage. They're going to use a stunt to disarm you, and they're going to use a stunt to knock you prone. So go ahead and roll your armor against the 2 points of damage. And they're all shouting in Russian the whole time. and they're very surprised. You may not understand Russian, I don't know, but they are very shocked to see some U.S. Marines here and attacking them.
That's legit. I'd be surprised.
I guess.
I mean, look, if I weren't supposed to be made a target, God wouldn't have made me ginger. I am very visible. All right, so that was 2 damage, you said?
Go ahead and roll your armor, please. Click armor in the top right-hand corner, and it'll factor in the dice for that.
Yep, been doing.
Is it not? Nothing's happening.
There we go. Modifiers here. Yeah. There we are.
That's weird. I'm not seeing it on my end. Is anybody else seeing the armor roll?
No, I don't see it. Do you have it selected to public roll?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's probably because my armor is set to 0 right now. It's all good.
Oh, okay. Let me jump into your character sheet and fix that.
Personal armor is an armor of 6. Yeah, so
It is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's not equipped. There we go.
Yep.
Now try it.
All
You
right.
stop 1 point. You take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
Okay. So they run over, shoot you. It kind of grazes you, knock the gun out or the knife out of your hand, and kind of take you out of the knees and knock you prone. This isn't a TPK. Well, it's not happening. So that takes us to Cord. Cord is up. Cord, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I think I want to go ahead and get into engaged with my sergeant so I can do some healing
Yes.
here.
Yes.
Thank you.
Repair my poor boss, who appears to be under distress. Let me go ahead and equip my med kit here.
Yeah.
And let's do a medical aid check. 3 successes.
So, Staff Sergeant Mark Antonio, give yourself 3 hit points back.
Heck
Are you
yeah.
back to full?
Back to full.
Look at this. Cord runs in there, slides in.
Do I still have
Yeah.
the concussion effect?
You still have the concussion
I
effect.
figured that. Yeah, okay.
But you're conscious. Well, you're conscious the whole time, but you're unbroken. You're back in the fight.
Keep it together up there.
Thank you.
Ooh, okay. That was fantastic. Okay, we're back at the top of the turn order. So, Archie, over to you again.
So I can move as a fast action,
Correct.
and if I were to shoot from medium, I would take a -2 to my roll.
-1.
-1 to my roll. Or I can aim from here and technically get a +1.
You can aim from here and get a plus. Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Because because it's -1 + 2. Yeah, I will aim from where I am, with my pulse rifle.
Yes.
And can you map it out for me again? Who's where?
So we've got the tractor. We've got one guy down on the ground at the hood. There's another one at the hood. He didn't act. He's kind of in shock. No pun intended. But he's the one that didn't drop, and he's looking around like, what the hell's going on? We've got one who's severely injured in the cab, in the driver's seat. There's one next to him. He's also trying to figure out what's going on. To the rear of the vehicle, at the trunk, we have Big Red, who's been knocked prone. There is one UPP soldier that is standing over Big Red with a knife, and there's one that's disengaged that shot at Big Red.
So technically, 2 are on Big Red, but one's
Two are
right
Big
next
Red.
to them,
Correct.
and one's disengaged, pointing a gun at them.
Correct.
I will aim for that one. Who's
Okay,
currently
the
pointing
gun,
a
the
gun
gun
at
one?
them.
Okay.
Yes. So this is still ranged combat?
This is range combat. Right click on it, give yourself the plus
Yep. So I guess I had to edit it, so now, yeah.
Important to keep in mind too. All the pulse rifles we're using also have armor piercing as one of their advantages.
I believe you.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's handy.
half dice. Mark Antonio, sorry. As for your critical injury, also or the healing time, when you do receive medical aid, the remaining healing time is reduced by half. So it's only going to be 1 day for you to get rid of that -2 mobility. Still a long time when you're out in the field on an operation, but 1 day is better than 3.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I will try to aim at that person. I think that's still the best.
Love it. You hit them. You hit them. Do you want to push it though? So you've got 1 success, which means you're doing base damage. I don't think. Oh, did you hit? Yeah, range combat. It didn't take into account your dice either.
It didn't add. Yeah. No.
Equipment dice for the pulse rifle. The pulse rifle gives you dice as well.
Oh wait! I clicked. We're gonna ignore that. I clicked the range combat. I didn't click pulse rifle.
Do you want? Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and reroll and put the modifiers in there?
I don't know if it'd be. Do I put the modifiers into?
Put it on the pulse rifle. If you right-click on the pulse rifle, sorry.
Yeah.
I was saying the skill last round, but it is the pulse rifle, and because that'll give you your gear dice for the rifle itself.
So I'll bonus. To bonus, I'll put 1 or
Put a
2.
1 in there. 1 in there.
It already had a 1 in there, so I think that was from. I'm just gonna leave it as is. I think that's correct.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't.
It's all good.
I should know, but I don't know. So I'm just gonna leave that.
There we go. We got the sound. We got the 2 successes. So that's 3 points of damage. Unless you want to use the stunt for something else. 2 points damage, or you can use your stunt, switch initiative, make them drop their weapon, make them drop prone.
I'm gonna make them drop their weapon.
Beautiful. All right. I'm gonna roll their armor. They stop 1 of the 2 points of damage. Just get shot in the back. They spin around, and as they do so, they're kind of hit off guard, drop their weapon as they're spinning around.
Okay. So that was my act. That was my fast action and slow action.
Correct.
I think I'm done.
All right. Back to the initiative. Next up. So Archie was 1. Big Red, you're next.
Oh boy.
Big Red.
Yeah, so here's the thing, my weapons drop, drawing a new one's a fast action. I'm prone, getting up is a fast action. I could well run out of actions just trying to get back into attacking, or I get up, I look at that guy who tried to knife me, and I unarm attack him, and if I get enough stunts, I'll take his.
Yeah.
Action economy.
So I would like to
Violence.
feel pride as a free action.
Sam chooses violence.
So for close combat, you can do pushing, grappling, and just or slugging them.
That one.
So
It's that one.
let's just
Which is
smash-
technically going to be, I'm going
tenderize
to
it.
grab his arm, I'm
Yeah.
going to shove him into the side of the tractor. I'm not so much going for striking, but yeah.
Love it.
There we
That's
go.
all you need. 1 success. Do you want to push it? Because so they will get an opposed roll when you're in close combat. It's a little different. This is when you get blocking and things like that.
There we go. Yeah, if they want to burn through their fast actions, they're welcome.
Okay, 2 successes. Yeah, this
Yep.
will lead up. This will lead up to fast action. You're 100% correct. Close combat for them. Ooh, it's a stalemate. You hop up, and they match you blow for blow, hit for hit. They got 2 successes. You got 2 successes. So the 2 of you are just kind of standing there, eyes locked, and he's accepting your challenge. He's ready to do this. Sees a worthy opponent.
Worthy opponent.
Bye.
Okay, so that was Big Red. Over to Lenny.
In my scope, I want to know if I can. First of all, is the dude who opened up with the pulse rifle on red? Is that dude visible from where my
That
position?
dude's visible out in the open, and that is the one that Archie hit.
Okay, is that dude still standing?
Still standing, but no weapon, unarmed.
Oh, he's unarmed. Okay.
Yeah,
Not an imminent threat then, at least not yet.
but he's bleeding.
Okay. Who else here's got a pulse rifle on him? Like, who else looks armed and whatnot?
So the one at the hood that didn't drop to the electroshock grenade is armed with a pulse rifle. There is the driver that you shot last round who didn't die. They are armed, and you're assuming there is the passenger as well, who you haven't seen pop out.
The dude who's got the pulse rifle, he's on top of the truck. Is that correct? He's got visual.
Yes.
Okay, then he is.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
He is my next target.
Okay. Go ahead. You're gonna do the aim and all that good stuff for
I'm gonna use my action. I'm gonna aim on him. So let me right click, add that to, let's see, medium range. So 3 dice total, and here we go.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Lenny just rolled like 100 dice and got no successes.
I'm pushing.
12 dice. 14 dice total. Yeah. Do you want to push?
Yes.
14 dice with no 6s. Oh, but makes up for it with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 6s. Here we go. Lenny, all right, so
Very nice.
You line up the shot. It wasn't quite right. The wind was a little off. You kind of pull away from the scope, bring it back up to your eye, pull the trigger, hit your target. So this is the one on top.
Yep.
Do you want to do all damage? Do you want to disarm them? Do you want to knock prone? What do you want to do with all these?
He's on top of the truck, is that right?
Yeah, on top of the truck.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna. Do I have to? Can I divide up how many stunts I can do with the successes that I got, or do they all?
Yes, you can.
One thing? Okay, so
nope,
then,
you can split them all up.
Okay, so with a total of what is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got so total. Okay, so but one, it's net successes. So I have 5. So 4 of those go to damage. So 5, 6 total damage. So I'm gonna scrap one of those successes then, and turn that into target falls to ground or is pushed back. I'm gonna blow him off the top of the truck with the impact.
Oh, the force of the bullet.
Yeah,
yes.
and the rest of that is going to damage.
Armor eats 3 points of damage. No, it's halved.
It's halved. Yeah, he has half dice.
Okay, 1 point of damage stopped. So you did 5 total.
Yeah.
So this guy's on top. He's trying to assess the situation. Bullet rings out. Shot rings out from the jungle. Hits him square in the chest. He flies off the back of this thing. I said it's 12 feet tall, didn't I? Like some falling damage here. And hits him square in the chest, and he falls off. Very nicely done. There we go. We're using all those stunts. I'll say most commonly people just take the extra damage, but getting creative with prone and disarming all that.
Battlefield control is so important. Good. I mean, the damage is awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Okay. It's meters. Okay, I'm gonna roll some damage here for falling. They have to roll mobility. I'm going to give them a minus on their mobility because they're getting knocked backwards off of this.
Sweet.
He's going to fall, and he's going to die with that. He just loses footing, falls backwards.
I hit him with a planet.
And first kill. First confirmed kill.
Kill confirmed.
Hey, finally a one-shot.
Hey, badoom.
Do we, here, let's do the critical injury just for fun. Because broken doesn't necessarily mean dead. Right?
Right?
Yeah, give it a moment.
They can get,
Is this the Star Wars team? Broken doesn't mean dead, right?
Right? 45, bleeding gut. Oh, you shot him in the gut. You found an opening between his armor. Bullet went right in there. Bleeding gut, so...
Ouch. He's lucky the fall killed him. That sucked.
They're going to receive 1 point of damage at every roll from ability in close combat. It lasts a shift. It is fatal if they do not receive medical attention. So this is a kill shot. Yeah, nasty. Okay, that was Lenny. Over to Mark and Tony. You're back.
I'm back. All right. So, to be clear, the one who shot me is still alive, right?
Yes, that is the one at the hood that did not drop to the grenade that you threw in.
So I'm in medium range. So I hope that. So yeah. So I'm going to use my pistol and fire at him.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't him. It was the driver that shot you. I'm sorry. The one that Lenny had previously injured. It was the driver who looked down and shot you for the driver's seat.
got me. Okay.
So the driver shot you.
1 HP.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, so now is he still alive or is he?
He's still alive. He's still alive.
Not for long.
Yeah.
I'm going to just draw a service pistol and take aim. And can I do an aim shot with a pistol?
Yes, you can.
Okay, then yeah, I'll do that. Let's go ahead and give that a roll.
Success. Do you want to push it, or are you happy with that?
2 successes on a guy who's got 1 hit point. I mean, I'm no mechanical mathematical genius, but I think push it.
All right.
Ain't no kill like overkill.
Let's roll that. Is this armor piercing your gun? Do you know?
I would imagine that a service pistol is not armor.
If it's the same service pistol that everyone's using,
The M4A3.
I can look because I've got the Alien Colonial.
Yeah.
Right here.
It
Is not. Nope,
Okay,
it is not. The
Okay, I didn't think so. Yeah. Generally speaking, they're not.
Let's roll his armor. Come on, armor. Stops 1 point of damage. It's all right. All you needed was 1. All you needed was 1 here.
All I need is 1.
Let's see what you do for an injury. 34. So you take aim. You're lying on the ground. You take aim. You fire. Gouged eye. Range combat observation minus 2. You take aim right through the eye. That's gruesome. So he's sitting there. He's so because remember he's broken. So he's still functioning and just holding his eye. There's already blood all over the inside of the cab.
Sure.
Screaming.
Yikes.
Ouch.
That's a yikes from me, dog. All right. Yeah, that's the main action I can do. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. So the one that was stunned last round can now get back up. They didn't act last round. They were stunned. So we have 2 at the hood. We have 2 at Big Red. And that's it. We have 4. 4 at Big Red.
I thought one I shot and now they turned their attention.
They're still there. One of them's unarmed. One of the ones at Big Red is unarmed.
I was assuming they was a little bit separate from that because they disengaged.
They're closer to Big Red than they are at the fight.
Of course. Yeah. Gotcha.
But they did take damage and they are unarmed. That one.
Yes.
So there are 2 armed at the front. One of them, unfortunately, is gonna. It sees Mark Antonio is gonna shoot back at Mark Antonio. Sorry.
It's fine.
It's a hit. Be for 3 damage. Go ahead
I'm
and roll your armor. Please. I'm sorry.
Do I roll my armor?
Yes, please. Oh, you stop all of it!
Nice.
You soak up. Oh no, 1 point of damage because it's 3 points damage. I
That's fine.
get 2 for the success, so
I'll
1
take
point of
1.
damage goes through. Otherwise, you kind of like lean into it. Your armor grazes off and just kind of skims your skin. You're bleeding just a little bit. It's just a flesh
Sir,
wound.
I just patched you up. Could you not?
I have a question, Matt.
Yes.
Does
Not
armor
entirely
degrade,
up to me.
does armor degrade like in Forbidden Lands in this game?
It only does when you take acid damage.
Oh.
When acid burns through your armor, it
Thank
degrades.
goodness none of these guys throw acid. I mean, thank goodness there's nothing out there that actually uses acid weapons.
No, not an alien.
Dodge that one.
That's silly talk.
Quick question. This is what I'm understanding. So they rolled 2 die. They rolled 2 successes. So it's technically 2 damage plus 1 with the extra die.
Yeah.
And then with armor, each of the die is a damage taken off.
A single point of damage. Yeah.
Gotcha. I was like, they match, but now I understand. Gotcha.
The one that's toe to toe with you, Big Red. You know what? They look. You're unarmed. They drop their knife also.
Smart.
And
wait.
like I said, it's like all right. Let's like they're like we finally found a worthy opponent out here, and they're going fisticuffs. They're going toe to toe with you. So they're also going to attempt to grapple. So you get to roll close combat to resist. Regardless of whether you have a fast action or not, you get to roll to resist. So you're both going to be rolling close combat rolls, and the one with the most success is going to win. I got 1. I can't push. You got 2. You win. We're going to roll some panic here. So they lunge at you, and you just like knock them back. Like, not today, buddy. Just like, I don't think so. But please roll me panic. Drop an item due to stress. What do you have on you, Big Red?
I mean, that would. I mean, the dude basically dropped their weapons so they could come at you. So maybe you pick out your service pistol and be like, I don't want them.
Yep, I mean, that's pretty much what I got unless I spend a whole mess of time unloading a rocket launcher off myself to drop it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at your items. There is really nothing else that's droppable. See, I like that. I like that. You just kind of like pull the button up on your service pistol and toss it in the grass. I like that. That's cool.
Metal. That's so
It makes a lot of sense. The more scared Red gets, the more grandiose.
the more full blown
Big Raj.
Mario they go.
Are you at 4 stress now, Sam?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was at
Oh,
3
boy.
before.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, thank
It's
you
never
for
been good.
reminding
I've
us.
always been in trouble.
Yeah. So Sam has breached. Now Sam is now at 4 stress.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding us.
Scary.
That means things are going to change on the overlay for everybody.
Yup.
Okay, we have one more UPP that gets to act, and that is the one that was shot and unarmed. So they're going to reach down in the grass and grab their pistol, or their pulse rifle, sorry. That's their fast action, and they're going to fire.
It's a fast action to pick up stuff? I thought it was a slow action.
Oh.
Bear with me.
I don't know.
Because I looked into it for my knife a moment ago.
Okay.
Okay, so they pick up their pulse rifle. You shot at them, Archie. They're going to return
did.
fire. They're going to return fire on you.
That's making me think that making them drop their weapon isn't as important because they'll always be able to grab it back and shoot back at you. That's all. Continue.
So, one hit. So it's 2 points damage. Go ahead and roll your armor, please.
I'll take
so you
1
stop
point.
1 point of damage, so you take 1 point of damage.
Oh,
You
that
stop,
hurt.
right?
Barely.
Well,
Fine.
good thing it's Cord's turn.
Yes, I see another injured crewman.
No, you
I think I'm
don't.
gonna
No, you
head
don't.
on over and take a quick look at
No, you
that.
don't.
Make sure my fellow corpsman is okay.
No, you don't.
I would like to take care of that if it's all right.
I'm swearing in British expletives right now as you come over.
All sorts of.
I'm gonna just go ahead and roll that medical aid check.
Just a reminder that medical aid only takes effect if someone's broken.
Oh, right.
Otherwise, you
You're
naturally hit.
right.
But you can we can RP it where you go over there and you're tending
just
to
kind of like-
Archie, and Archie's like,
Archie, let me
Tell
help
me what's
you.
going
let me
on
help
here.
you. Let me help you.
I am not looking at you.
Humans are tiresome.
Yeah.
Fair. Hard. Tough, but fair.
very good. Okay, we're back at the top of the turn order to Archie. It's over to you. We have 4 targets remaining. We have 2 at the hood. We have the one that's fist to fist with Big Red, and we have the one that you shot in the back last time and just returned fire at you.
Mm-hmm.
That one's the only one that's injured as well.
The APC
Yeah.
is broken down.
They were working on it. The hood's up. They were had their sleeves rolled up and they were doing something under the hood. So you assume that it is broken down.
Broken down just means not drivable.
Yep.
What else does this APC have on it?
In regards to, there's no weapons. This is just a transport.
Okay. I was curious about if it had any weapons on it.
Gotcha.
All. Fine, because it doesn't. I'm going to shake off of cord as I aim back down to shoot the one that has shot me.
Yeah.
An attempt to at least.
Do you want to push that for more
I
damage?
am because he
Yes.
made me mad.
Yes. Oh, your clip goes dry though. click, click, but you hit them. You got 3 successes,
You empty the clip.
and they click.
Yes.
Click, click.
Don't you dare touch me! It's basically what happens. But I will roll that stress really quickly.
Yes, please.
And I'm good for the most part.
Do you know what I forgot about as well?
What?
Whenever a person takes a point of damage, they also take a stress. So anybody who's been damaged this encounter, please give yourself a stress for that. I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Twice for me, or just
Okay, I'm good. Cause I think it actually automatically updated because I was at 1, and then it gave me.
Okay. Every time you take a point.
No,
every
I
time you
just
take a
got-
point, you get a stress.
Oh,
No, yeah, it updated for me
Or
naturally.
every time you're hit. So Mark Antonio, you take 1 for when you got hit the first time. You take 1 for when you got hit the second time. Archie, you got hit, so you took 1.
Yeah. Oh, I did take 1. No, wait. No, I didn't take 1. Sorry.
No.
I don't know how that. Yeah, I did not move that, and it definitely moved on its own. So I think when I updated the health, it added the stress.
Big Red took 1 when they took damage. What's everybody at? Is everybody else at 4 for stress? We should talk about
I'm
that.
at 3.
Okay.
I'm at 2.
So
3 successes.
3 successes, so that's at least 3 damage.
Let me roll their armor. It is armor piercing, so they got 1 success. So it stops 1 point of damage. So that you're now looking at 3 damage. You've already damaged them once before. If you want it just all to go through to damage.
Oh, so they succeeded on a roll, and it lessened their damage
Just by 1 point, yeah. They
by
got
1
1
point.
6.
Okay. So if I used all 3 of these dice, it would only be 3 points of damage.
Correct.
I want. If I were to. I want them to take 2 points of damage, and I want to kneecap them.
Okay. 2 points of damage and prone. Ah! Falls to the ground. Okay, I like it.
Yeah, that made more sense to me. Yeah, that's okay. That's what I do. Sorry, it took
okay.
so long. I was trying to figure out what I'm going.
No, okay.
I am a techie. I'm not a shooty. Continue.
Big Red, over to you. You and this UPP soldier. Fisticuffs.
I'm gonna get in real close into clinch with him.
Yes. Yes.
That's
I
better.
like it. We're doing close combat again?
Yeah, we are.
Oh my word. I got no success, but you okay. You need to reload. Your fists okay.
These guns never need reloading, baby.
You rolled 5 face huggers.
Okay, so yes, for everybody at home, Big Red got 1 success, but 5 face huggers.
Holy hell!
Yep.
I've never heard of that.
So Big Red successful though, because the UPP soldier failed on their close combat roll. So you have them locked in.
Oh my god.
You're going to do a single point of damage because it'll be equal to, like, you get 1 point of damage for 1 success when you're in close combat. Each additional success will give you more. So you do 1 point of damage. You have them locked now. Go ahead and please roll stress.
All right.
I don't know why mine rolled twice. 8. Okay. Panic condition. You freeze. You're frozen by fear or stress for 1 round, losing your next slow action. Your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you increased by 1. I don't think there's anybody else that's in short range. Everybody's been maintained medium range this whole encounter. So
I
just
got
you.
this guy grapple, and you just hear me. This is not hinged laughter.
How many? What's your stress level now at?
Oh, bad.
What is it for Jake?
Oh, 5, because it was 4, and then it's no.
Okay, so you still have
We're just at bad. We're not at
We're not at crit. Okay.
We're not at critical yet. I think we're gonna have some what is it, nap relief after this. The stress is deadlier than the xenomorphs in this game. All right, over to
5 facehuggers. That's okay. So if you don't mind, Lenny immediately scans the battlefield through a scope to find another target that needs to go down immediately.
Okay. 2 untouched at the hood. Unscathed at the hood. There's the one that is bleeding, that just got shot by Archie, standing out in the opening. That was the one that shot Big Red and knocked Big Red prone initially. There's one that Big Red has in a grapple. That's the only other one as well.
Can I have that fool turned toward Lenny? Like, here you go.
Do you want me to?
100%.
Done.
Please.
Done.
No, nothing more honorable than victory. I don't need a 1v1 this fool.
Done and done. Yeah, Lenny's gonna line up that shot and say hello to my little friend.
Give yourself your bonuses and everything.
All right.
And let's hear that sniper rifle ring out. Oh yeah.
Okay. So 3 successes.
4 damage if you want to put all damage.
4 damage to. Has he taken any damage? The person
He has. Just took 1 damage from Big Red.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna scatter him across the jungle. So my 3, so that's 2, so 4 damage total. Yeah. So and I guess he soaks 1.
Yep. Soaks 1.
Takes 3.
Takes. Oh, goes. Critical injury 66 is what I rolled. So that is the highest you can get on the dice. So. Big Red, you're holding this UPP soldier. You're frozen. You're just what? You're giggling, kind of nervous, right? And he's struggling to try and break free. Shot rings out from the jungle, right through the heart. Impaled heart. Heart beats one last time. You feel him go limp in your arms. Instant kill.
Okay. Wow. Well, done and done.
6. That's the highest you can roll on the critical injury table. Wow. Okay. Good thing it's against the bad guys and not the 5.
He has a knack for rolling 66s.
Yes. I is running Forbidden Lands. I apologize for that. I so apologize.
You'll never be forgiven.
I know.
Okay. Mark Antonio, it's over to you. You have 2 untouched at the hood, and you have 1 that was shot by Archie. They're injured, and they're knocked prone. That's all that remains on the battlefield. They're closer to the rear of the vehicle, the one that's been knocked prone and that's been injured.
Action is speed, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's what I thought. Okay. So, and everyone's still in medium range, so...
Everybody's still medium. Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, I think I'll just stick with my pistol, and the one closest to me, if I was targeting the one on the hood... Is he still up, or is there... Because I'm trying to... Like, the 2 that are still...
Both on the hood are up. They're up and they're unharmed.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. The one closest to me,
Sure.
I suppose.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, here we go. After roll stress.
The clip goes dry. You fire. You hit your target, but then click, click, click. Well,
Gotcha.
somebody else's clip went dry. We have to remember that when it comes around to them.
Looks like I have 4 successes, but okay, so I roll for stress. Okay.
You're holding together. You hit your target.
Okay.
Mass. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can do 1 point of damage, and you could put those stunts into something else if you want them to drop their weapon. If you want to knock them prone, that would kind of it takes up their whole turn. They'd have to use both fast actions if they want to get up and draw another weapon. It's one way to look at it, or you can just feed it all into damage.
Let's just feed it all into damage. I want him down.
Their armor stops none of it.
You have 4 stress now too, Eddie, right?
Yeah, I'm up to 4 now. Yeah.
4 stress.
So I need the 4 stress.
When you get face huggers, do you get stress?
Usually, it'll tell you. It'll say in the description of whatever you rolled to gain more stress or lose stress.
Yeah, thank you for remembering that.
All right, so you shoot this guy, and you rolled a 51. 51 equals that's burst kidney. Can't run. Only really. See, you've never gotten up from being healed. You're lying there, and you're just kind of shifting around with your pistol.
Purely for
This
flavor,
guy-
can I be in a sitting position or like on any
Sure.
position as opposed to purely aim? Yeah, just that way. Yeah, I'm just for it.
And bam, right in the kidney. You just see this guy scream out in pain and drop to the ground.
Good lord.
Nasty.
And then I guess I reload as a.
That'll be your slow action next round.
Got it. Cut that.
Okay,
All right.
over to them. The other one in the hood's going to return fire at you for dropping his buddy. I keep shooting at you. I feel so bad. You're like the one
I
who-
keep hurting people.
Not bad
Okay.
enough to stop.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay, Mark Antonio. Hits you for 4 damage. Please go ahead and roll your armor. These are armor piercing as well. You got 1 success. So you stop 1 point of damage, so you're going to still take 3 points.
Yeah, I'm down to 0.
Roll me 2d6, please.
Oh boy.
Roll low.
Roll super low.
I don't want to have us making a new character during break.
Roll super low.
34. Okay, that's not bad. 34 is a gouged eye. Eye for an eye here.
Yeah, you know.
Range
Like
combat
permanently, am I
officer-
permanently blind or like how does that work?
So, no, it's gouged, because there is lost eye, and there's gouged eye. So
Got it.
ranged combat and observation are now -2 for the next 11 days.
So the thing I'm actually good at.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
I am here for you.
Yeah, Corey.
Can you 3D print me a new eye? Like, just-
I believe that I
lab.
need slightly more.
Archie,
robust.
yeah.
the one you marked prone, Archie's gonna fire at you. Turn fire. Stand up and shoot. It's 1 success. Go ahead and roll your armor, please.
I'm so sorry, Sarge. I'm sitting here
Very
being
much
a
does not
target,
matter.
and they're not taking advantage.
Oh, 3 successes! You just like lean into it, just like right center mass, just ping around your armor. Wow, badass.
Unlike you, I know where to shoot correctly.
Okay.
Can I say I know German? How do you know languages in this?
We can, if you know Russian, you want to.
I said German for some reason because I was not thinking right. Yes, I was wondering about languages. I feel like somebody knows Russian in this group.
You've picked up a few words fighting the UPP on the front.
Yeah, I can say I'll go to Snowbusny. And
Just ult right there on the battlefield.
Okay.
Anywho. Okay, well, great.
Cord, over to you. The staff sergeant is down again.
Crawl over again. Let's try another med check on this guy. 3 successes. 2
alright.
the sergeant. Get him back up on his feet.
Sergeant. So, 5 days heal time on your gouged eye. You have 3 hit points back.
Well, I'll say this about the sergeant. He's one tough son of a bitch. Just keep
Yeah.
it back up.
He has help.
Yeah.
He's back. All right, Archie, back to you. You keep exchanging fire with this one UPP, so the 2 of you.
Unfortunately, I have to reload, so my slow action is going to be just staring at him, reloading,
Damn it.
looking at him.
You wait right
Okay. You do a fast action.
Actually.
there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No! That's not what I'm going to do.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Let me make sure. How many? They're not really close to anybody, correct?
Correct. The one
Okay.
you're firing at is closer to, like, in the same range bound as Big Red, but not next to Big Red. That's the one person they're closest to, but they're not side by side.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I look at the gun and I just like toss it to the ground. As I reach to my side, because I still have more grenades. I did not give all of them to my staff sergeant. And I just take it, ding, and I guess I toss it to the side that Big Red isn't on. And I guess I think in Russian I say, catch. And I throw it to the side, so they're gonna have to deal with the electroshock grenade I just threw. Okay. Because that doesn't require a reload. F my gun right now.
It doesn't require it. You're right. You're right. Yes. Okay, go ahead. Roll range combat for me, please.
Yeah. So wait, do I add anything to that? No. No.
Nothing to that. And this is just going to determine like if it goes where you want it to.
Yeah. So I don't click the grenade button. I click range combat.
Oh, is there a grenade button? Click the grenade button. Click the grenade button. Oh, 3 successes. It goes right where you want it to. What do you want to do with those stunts? It doesn't do damage, but you can do things with it now.
I just want them to suffer, which is always possible. So whether that means them like locking in place, whether that means them, I just want them to feel what they just made me feel mentally. I just felt mentally. They're gonna feel physically right now. That's what I want.
The emotional terrorism grenade.
Yes. Oh,
gotcha. Rolling across the ground, hovers up, just lets out the shotgun. Just starts shaking, drops to the ground, drops his weapon, pees himself. We go to the next person in turn order, who is Big Red. Big Red,
so
you are
I don't
frozen.
have a slow action.
Right. But you can move.
So I could move.
Yep.
But still giggling, they bend down, they pick up the knife off the ground.
Oh boy.
And then they just look upward like they're about to get a taste of some Achilles tendon real soon.
Yes.
Oh boy. Ow.
Yes. I love it. Lenny, over to you.
One of them's untouched. Is that correct?
One of them's untouched to the hood, and then there's the one that's down on the ground, just convulsing from the electric shock EMP grenade.
Lenny's like, there's a blur as the scope lines up on the dude who's untouched, and I brace and line it up, take aim, and open fire. All right. 3 dice. I got a stress finally.
Clip goes dry, but you hit your target.
All right.
Go ahead and roll your panic. Do you want that all to go to armor? Or to damage, I mean?
Dude is holding a weapon?
Yeah, an assault rifle.
All right, then the shot's going to hit the arm, so I'm going to disarm him.
Okay.
I'm going to drop the assault rifle he's hitting.
Okay, so it's...
So yeah, yeah.
Stops 1.
So he's going to take... So it would have been 3 damage, but he's going to take 2 damage.
Okay, very good.
Right? Because he took... Let's see. Oh, wait.
No, it's going to be 1 point of damage.
It's only going to be 1 point of damage.
Yeah.
Because the other one went for disarm.
1 point of damage. Armor soaks 1 point of it. Go ahead and roll me your panic or your stress.
Okay, so I just click stress, right?
Click the word stress. Oh, so you fire, and then it's like you hear the click as your clip goes dry, and you weren't tracking how many bullets you had fired, and you kind of start to tremble.
I mean, at this point, just because this has not gone well. So when he hears the click, he goes shh, starts pulling out the clip and like loading in the next clip as quickly as he can. But now he's like, because he's only firing a shot around, so he can't fire quick enough. So Glenn is just trying to jam that clip back in there, and that's what my stress points didn't go up. Do I need to do that manually or? Because
so your stress does not go up with that one. It'll tell you take a stress for everybody in your area. Take a stress.
Okay.
Mark Antonio, it was over to you. Did you take another stress when you got when you took damage last round also?
Oh no, now that's a 5.
Okay, so Mark Antonio's at a 5 now.
Yeah, sure, why not?
And you're up. You're awake again. Cord's sitting over you.
Yeah, I just kind of like to. Just 1 second. Oh god. And I'm going to take a page of Archie's book. I'm just going to drop the pistol, and I'm going to draw the pulse rifle.
Okay.
And
you
just
got gauze over one of your eyes.
Yeah, sure.
Trying to adjust for that.
So I have to right-click on rifle and do base modifier -1, or how do I?
Minus
Because that -2.
-2 for the gouge die, so -3.
Sure, why not?
I know, I know. It's getting nasty.
But I mean, hey, what am I gonna do? Not.
You know what?
Shoot.
Yeah. Go ahead, shoot. So 3 successes for the people at home. So 2, 3, 4 points of damage. You're good with that?
Yeah.
All damage. Armor
Yeah.
stops none of it.
Just turn them to industrial paste.
This is the one that Lennox just hit. 33 on the chart. So you hit them. You hit them.
Good.
They fall.
Remove their appendix.
Broken ribs. So you hit them right in the armor,
Close.
and it hits hard. Like it breaks bones with the force of your bullets. They feel it through the armor. So you've broken a number of their ribs. They drop. Everybody. So technically there is still one combatant, but he's on the ground, shaking from the electroshock grenade. You just downed the last one that had a gun. So it's up to you guys now. Like I don't get a turn. We can combat's over technically here now because you disabled the last one. You took him down.
I just want to look at the cord really quickly and just after I fire, I just kind of like collapse to my knees and I just say, I look at cord and I just say, Intel.
I'm going to. No matter what happens, I reload my rifle.
Sure.
Same as well.
And, yeah. And if there's a break in combat, then I just gear up basically. And I will not come out of my. I'm going to keep watching the battlefield where everyone recoups, but I'm going to just watch everybody's back and stay right where I am.
Combat.
I clear weapons off the downed ones.
Okay.
And I clear any information they might have that was digital or things that they might have been holding, something that like orders and things of that nature that they would keep. I will try to find that stuff.
Okay.
I say ow a lot.
Well, you technically have a prisoner also. Well, you have a couple prisoners because the one with the broken ribs is not dead either.
Yeah. And Archie speaks Russian.
And there's a guy with a gouged eye also in
Nearly.
the driver's seat. So you have 3 prisoners at this point. What they're all carrying are pulse rifles, knives, personal armor, service pistols, and they have grenades on them as well.
I'm taking
Not
one of
anymore.
those service pistols because I don't have one. I just realized that.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It is an M41A. Oh, no, it's a pulse rifle. Sorry. It is an M4A3 service pistol.
M4A3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got.
I think we should take a break though, because that took a little while.
That's a good
It's time for
spot.
a break. It took a little longer than we expected. So I think it's a good place. We'll take a break. We'll come
Sweet.
back. We'll pick up where we left off.
Nice.
Okay. I didn't get Lenny on that last encounter. I feel robbed now.
Well, I'm a skulker. So it's like, I mean, I'm the asshole. It's like, medium range, just laying in the bushes, picking people off. That's what I do.
Oh, I'm gonna strip you of that
Great
ghillie
for
suit.
snipers. Not so good against a running sword. But thankfully, I don't know what that is. So we're gonna move on.
Okay, so the situation is you have 3 prisoners potentially, whatever you want to do with them. You have a broken down tractor. You're approximately like with the maps, you know where you are. You have your bearings. You're about 30 clicks away from the city that you're headed towards. Your mission is still to get to that downed Cheyenne drop ship, find out what happened to those Marines because they sent that emergency message, and just to bring them back and what they're carrying. Any of the ones that are alive and whatever they escaped Fort Nebraska with. So you're about 30 clicks out from where you want to be. What do you want to do?
Okay. So I know some of us were gathering things like weapons and any information, anything of value, not necessarily monetary value, anything that we would need to know that might be on them, that would help understand what they were trying to do. So then we can know and just have the upper hand as we go forth. Or were they just a random patrol who got screwed over by their APC?
Yeah, so assessing the situation, going through, you can't read their documents. They're all in Russian. But just like taking a look
Do
at the
I
situation.
have anything that would translate any digital documents?
Possible. What do you got on here, Archie? Yeah, you might.
I got some like electric tools. I got some transmitters. I got a disc with data. My hollow pad tab might do stuff.
Wayland Yutani translate?
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
I feel. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I have anything specific because I don't know what I would have taken. But I feel like going into a field, they would need somebody who would be able to translate things, at least things that are written down or things that are on, digital. So I'm thinking I would have some. I guess I know exactly what that would be. My apologies in advance for not knowing what that would be.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That is all right.
Yeah, even if they're not be able to talk it, I'm not a translator. However, things we find in intel that would be translatable, especially because we know there's so many different factions. I just feel like that just makes sense.
Yeah, it is. It is. The future. You'd think they'd have something that would translate to the future as it was envisioned in the 1980s.
Exactly.
With buttons still being a thing. I just rewatched Aliens. There's so many buttons. Anyway.
So I got a question for you. Do we see any radios, and do we hear anybody calling for these guys?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll do both of these. So you will find a PDAT, personal data device, on one of the in the cab, and there is also a radio in there, and you can hear static, and you can hear the odd chatter in Russian. Like I said, you're scanning channels last time. You hear Russian, you can hear some Mandarin, some Cantonese, which are all common languages that the UPP communicate in.
Okay.
Hey, so the hood is up as well, right?
The hood is up.
I want to take a look under it, and just see how far they were from getting this puppy operational.
Go ahead and make me a heavy machinery roll.
I really was hoping you'd say that.
And Archie, go ahead and make me a Comtech roll, please.
Okay.
Big red at the stress. Oh.
I mean, it's just going to continue being bad. And you tell us when we're safe, and I'll just be chattering and so on. And all that good stuff.
I know that Cord did want to take an action to use some nap relief when the opportunity opened up, but I know there are a lot of other roles happening right now, so I'll be.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 second. There we go. Okay.
Well, real quick, I am curious when stress bleeds away. Like, is that something we have to actively do, or is red calming down?
So if we're counted as being in a safe place, stress will bleed. I also have the banter talent, so I keep up the pattern, the natural charm that you are all used to from red. It is
right.
This is a liminally safe space, so that seems like a GM call in that respect.
Right.
What I use? Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say you're in a safe space now, so it will bleed with time. 100%.
All right, so I'll keep up the patter for banter as well, which seems very me.
I would not use my diagnostic device for this, but I could use my tools that I have. Correct.
Yes, correct.
Okay. One is specific for like troubleshooting the system, but that's like aboard like a space station and stuff, or hacking doors. But the other one are just like tools in general that would help me in the long run. But it gives me a plus to my Comtech is what I'm asking.
Yeah, go ahead and give yourself a +2 to your Comtech with your various devices you have.
Yep. So I might be able to just click this, and it should be, if I'm correct, it should roll 12 dice.
12 dice. That's crazy.
That's a lot of dice.
Hold on. Let me get updated in here.
That is impressive.
There we go. Comtech.
Whoo! Okay, so out of 12 dice, Archie got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes, but also got a stress.
Of course I did. Of course I did.
Drop an item.
I dropped my tools.
So your stress level goes up by 1. I think it automatically takes that account.
It didn't, but I am at 4 stress now.
Okay. So you're at 4. Okay, so you're up on the meter.
I am. And I'm looking at it, and I as I'm looking at this stuff and trying to decipher things, like I can't understand this, and I just like dropped the tools I'm using. Sorry. Sorry.
Might I offer you some relief?
What exactly could you offer?
Well, I am carrying nap relief with me. It will calm you down.
Spell nap relief. Fine. Thank you. Thank you. I am saying thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I'll give everybody who needs, with the exception of the Sarge. I'm going to go ahead and give anyone who would like a nap relief dose one. The reason they hesitate when they get to Sarge, and I can play that out in a second. But are you also taking one, Big Red?
I'll be down. Actually, anyone around me will be down by 2 momentarily once banter gets to kick in. And if that bleeds off anymore, like I want to save this for when we're not going to be in a safe place soon.
Yeah.
So that I don't get those debuffs when that time comes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're kind of like short resting a bit.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll hold up on the nap relief then for a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna play with my signature object and then be in the aura of banter.
Then he comes out of the bush at that point. Sniper rifle hefted up onto his shoulder, and he pulls his ghillie suit back so you can see his face.
It's a good look for you.
Yeah, I always look prettier when no one can see me.
That's the truth.
Speaking of pretty, and he looks over at the Sarge.
Yeah, they saw me.
Yeah, you left half your face on the jungle floor there, Sarge.
Yeah, no, that's kind of you to notice that. All right. Well, no rest for the wicked. Intel gather. Let's see if we can get this truck going. But as Sarge is saying this, he's sort of like looking around and realizing that like the squad is way ahead of him. And he's just, yeah, okay, all right.
We might get some value out of questioning our prisoners. Sir?
Yep, absolutely.
We should also consider making sure these prisoners do their check-in.
2 quick things before we continue. One, so did banter kick in yet, or did the nap relief kick in yet? And if so, what do those do to my stress?
Yeah. I'm holding off on the nap relief right now.
Gotcha.
So banter's a -2 then to your stress level, current stress level.
Okay.
Nap relief will take it down to nothing. That's why people are saving it, because if you take it twice within a 5 to 10 hour period, then you start to get negative effects. So kind of holding off and waiting.
I meant to ask you this. I still have a story point from last session.
I was going to ask everybody. I gave everybody story points, right?
Yeah, you did.
Because if I didn't, everybody has hit their story like achievements at this point. But I think I gave everybody 1 story point. You get 1 per chapter because we're doing the cinema. We're doing the.
I think I spent mine actually. I seem to remember.
You did spend yours.
Yeah. I spent mine. That's okay. I didn't try to use one this round, but I remember spending mine now. Okay, cool. I just wanted to see if those were holdover. So, yeah, thanks to you, Red, I have a stress of 0 now. So thank you. Cracking jokes.
And then really quickly before we continue to the interrogation, I got 7 successes. So what does that do for the information I gather?
So this little transport was dispatched from the city you're headed towards. It looks like the UPP have set up in the what was once the hospital. They have a base of operations there, and this was just one of the the border patrols that was going around the area. They weren't specifically looking for you, and they got unlucky. Their tractor broke down, and you found them.
Sure.
So you know that there are UPP forces in the city, but they don't have it. It looks like there's also reports in there of local freedom fighters that are doing their best to hold them off and keep them at bay. You don't have a lot of intel on them and their numbers, but you do know that there are potential friendlies also waiting for you when you get there. You just need to find them.
That's something, at least.
You said they were set up in what was once the hospital?
Correct.
Okay.
And you also have a map of the city. You would have had that beforehand, but you also have their maps now, and everything's kind of charted out in zones. Big Red gets the tractor running. All of a sudden, the engine shakes to life, and big burst of black smoke comes out the tailpipe, and this tractor's up and running yet again.
Let there be life.
All right. Okay. Now that we know what we're facing, Let's get these prisoners stripped of all armaments.
Yeah.
Just gotta figure out what we're doing with them.
Yeah, that's like he's looking at you like.
So the one that got electroshock grenade, he's conscious and he's just like watching all of you, and he's just kind of taking it all in. You can see him studying all of you.
We got like zip ties.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh,
All right. It's not gentle, but you know. He has a nice knife. Oh, sorry. I have a nice knife. Oh, and I'll probably need his jacket to wipe the blood off the inside of the car.
Oh,
That's a different one. The
Right,
one from
he's
the
not
knife
bloody. The one in the car is bloody.
Yeah.
So
the
is
one
it-
that's conscious is the one that Archie was exchanging fire with back and forth.
Okay. So there's 3 live prisoners, correct?
They're all conscious, but like all of them have sustained injuries except for that one. That one was just down by the electroshock grenade, and he's watching all of you.
I shot him once. You got a little bit.
You shot him
Yeah.
twice, I think, didn't you? Shot him a couple times.
No, I shot him. Yes, I did. I shot him again, and then my gun jammed.
He's sitting there watching, and he goes, "Hey, Americans, what are you doing here? We talk baseball. We drink coffee, huh?"
I think I just point one of the guns I got from somebody else, one of the pistols, just at him, and in Russian I say, "Shut up."
Oh, John Wayne here, huh?
Lenny
More
literally
like
goes,
James Bond, but okay.
"Ooh."
All you Americans, cowboys.
Lenny leans into Red and goes, "Who the fuck is John Wayne?"
Damned if I know. Some kind of Russian leader?
No, my grandfather talked about him. He was a Renaissance painter, mid-century France. Want to say something like that.
I am more than sure
Wayne.
that is not correct.
Regardless, I think Sarge kind of looks at the Russian and kind of kneels down and says, "Have we already extracted as much actionable intel as we can out of them at this point?"
Yeah, you haven't interrogated them, but you've with the only successes that Archie got off the electronic devices, you
Right.
have like you're going into the city like as well as prepared as you can without
Got it.
even letting them know. Like they have no idea. He unlocked all of their information that's on their PDATs.
All right, so instead of like talking to him, I kind of huddle up with the group with my back to the Russian and kind of bring everybody in tight, school circle style, and just say, "What if we got him to call for help? Draw as many people here while we make our way there."
I want to look at the map real quick just to see if there's
possible.
one road or if there's an alternate, like how we would be drawing them.
Absolutely, provided if there's different areas of egress and entry. If they can come here and we can go a different way, we might be able to draw more in this direction and link up
We
with
should-
those freedom fighters.
We should only draw the other patrollers, not the patrolling groups, not necessarily everyone.
Agreed.
That would cause a lot of stagnant movement towards one direction, whereas a patrol would continue on their patrol towards the destination.
If we can get them to ask for a neighboring patrol to come in for repairs, we stand a better chance of infilling into the city
That
itself.
would be smart, yes.
All right.
The only thing
Unless
is making
we-
sure they actually say what they need to say.
Exactly.
I look to Cord on that, the one with the best connection. Вы говорите по-русски?
You're talking to the one that was
No, to Cord. Do you speak Russian?
I mean, I don't know how loaded up are synthetics in this day and age with stuff like with
that's
knowledge
a good
like that.
question. You know what? It would make sense, especially if you're attached to a Marine unit, that you would be able to understand and speak Russian and Mandarin and the various languages that are common to with the enemy.
Okay. Cora just sort of nods to Big Red.
Think you could get him to give that call?
I could certainly try.
All
And,
right.
yeah. Cora wanders over to the real observant one and kind of crouches, not too close by, but just like within earshot of them, sort of folds their arms over their knees as they crouch. We're going to give you a chance to call for help, but only if you promise not to make any additional trouble for us. I have no intention of harming you, but I can't vouch for the rest of my men.
Go ahead and make me a manipulation or manipulation or command. It's both.
Neither one of them are great for me as far as like base skills go, but at least I have decent empathy, so this shouldn't be too bad. I'll do manipulation. I think that's probably closer. So I rolled 1 success.
1 success?
Mhm.
He kind of he looks. Oh, he gets to resist. Bear with me here. They get to resist those.
Haha.
You want me to call my friends out here? You want a picnic in the jungle?
Well, I think the one who's going to need a picnic here soon is you.
Oh, okay.
It's real thirsty work sitting in the middle of the jungle.
I will tell you that we already know we're here. We radioed it in.
Well, make it a little bit more urgent. And Cord kind of reaches their hand out for someone to toss them a handheld radio.
All right, comrade.
And they catch it out of the middle of the air and the frequencies.
So yeah, he tells you the frequencies, provides that information to you.
I hold the radio up to him so that he can, make it seem as though it is rather important that they get out here as soon as they possibly can.
Okay. Yeah. So you hold it out, and he starts speaking in Russian, and he relays that their tractor has been compromised, and that they suspect that the crashed ship, the Marines from it, may be in the area.
Make it seem like there are a lot of us.
Sure, he exaggerates. Oh, there's 3 squads, the whole platoon of them.
Don't go too overboard.
All right.
And then Cord kind of reaches up and sort of gently pats the Russian's face. You did good. And then pulls a couple of water bottles out of their pack and kind of sets them down in between the 3 zip-tied men. You guys can figure out how to make sure the others stay hydrated.
Oh, very good. All right. Their hands are all zip-tied, and they're just sitting there. And the one who was speaking kind of trying to
weird wrestling match for later.
The one who was trying to antagonize all of you, he's just kind of chuckling. American humor. I like it.
I'm not American. Not technically.
Made it well.
Made in America.
Same.
Sure. So they kind of just sit there, and so you're sitting there. Are you just kind of waiting? You got this tractor running. What's the plan? You just want to lay in wait? You want to monitor the radios? What do you want to do?
Lenny's going to keep lookout for sure until they decide what we do next.
Slight retcon, but during the interrogation, Sarge throws the pups in the air to get a radial scan.
Sounds good. Okay, so you start scanning the whole area.
Yeah, do I roll for that?
No, they just scan, throw them up, and they do their thing. They fly out, and we had it feeding to Archie's PDAT last time. We're going to continue with that because you're our Comtech Marine. You're mapping the whole area, and it's getting even to the edge of the city. You're sitting there, and you're kind of unwinding. You're
Keep that going up.
Replaying the events that just took place, kind of licking your wounds, Staff Sarge. And as you do so, the radio crackles on the tractor once again. And Cord, you hear it come through, and you hear like an emergency. We've located the Marines, the down Marines.
Yep.
They're in the library, and you can hear fire going off. You can hear screaming, and they keep saying one word in Russian that doesn't translate over. They keep going, Bida, Bida, Bida's been unleashed, Bida's here. And you just hear guns firing. And then before it goes dry and goes silent, you hear and then static. And you hear everybody redirected to the library within the city. All units.
Yeah, Lenny will flash and look at Sarge.
What the hell was that?
Whatever it was doesn't look good.
Sounds like they're under fire, Sarge.
Yeah. It's wildlife they got in there.
Unless there's some sort of zoo or animal testing facility, I don't know what that could have been.
There seems to be no translation for this beta they were talking about.
The closest it translates to actually Cord is in English would be the word misery. And that one Russian's a slapping. They're all going to die.
Sarge turns to I turn to that Russian. I get right in his face and go, "What is that word? What is it?"
Shit. Sorry.
He goes, it'll be everyone's death. Everyone who goes in there dies. Bida, ancient Russian witch or creature. It's said that once Bida follows you to the grave, this bony, slimy creature that breeds quickly and steals things from people.
Anybody want to make
Bida, you brought Bida here. You brought Bida with you. Your friends.
Okay, I asked what it was.
It's Bida.
Could this possibly be connected to what our colleague further in the jungle might have been talking about?
What did he want? He wanted the soldiers, but didn't he want something else aside from the soldiers?
Yes, he did. Specifically,
Artifact.
an artifact.
So something we brought is doing this.
Sarge,
Doing
Lenny's
what?
looking at you expectantly. He's like, that Marine unit's under fire.
We're rolling out, but we have to be smart as to how we leave here and where we infill into the city. All right.
We have
Plan our
the
entry.
We'll be
We
able
have
to
the
at
pups up.
least map out
Yeah.
entry.
We'll plan our entry. We'll plan our entry with wheels up. Let's get in the car.
Yeah.
Hoorah.
You head out. The radio crackles.
Right before we head out, as I get in the car, I go to the three that are tied up, and I take one of the water bottles.
There was only one water bottle. So
No, it was three. Oh, these are three water bottles.
Oh, sorry. I thought Cord only threw one. I'm sorry.
Core through three.
No,
Okay,
I'm
so
nice.
you take one of them.
Exactly. They do three. I took one back.
And you're leaving them in the
As
jungle.
a matter of fact, no. I take it and I pour it out in front of them.
Yes. And are you leaving them in the jungle?
Oh, yeah. Fuck them.
I love it. With that,
I'll get in and we head out.
the radio crackles and response comes back from whoever you spoke to, or the Russians spoke to, the UPP, I should say, spoke to at the base. And they say that they're diverting all of their men to the library. The best they can do is they'll launch an EMP strike on your location. And with that, you hear a crack through the air, like the sound barrier breaking, and a MiG again flies over and drops this bomb in your area, and just kind of this sonic explosion of electricity goes off, lighting up the whole area, dropping a EMP on your location.
Is there any way? How fast was the radio to it happening? They said it was going to happen,
It was
and
pretty
then
damn fast. Like you heard the sound barrier broken when with the MiG approaching your location.
crap. I was seeing this any way I can cloak us with
surprise everything.
with my thing, because that ruins our surprise if they can find us with the EMP blast.
It's more of a radius thing. It's more of they're just dropping it on the area. Knowing it it won't kill their troopers. It's gonna kind of like slow you down. If Cord also just starts kind of like glitching. Cord's eyes roll back in their head.
Oh,
and just kind of
didn't even think
freezes up momentarily for a few moments. Then all of a sudden you can hear like a reboot sound. Dot matrix printer sounds going off, and Cord kind of eyes flip back down, and
Lenny, you'll say, "You all right there, Cord?"
I guess I needed a nap.
How does
Go ahead.
Seeing Cord kind of short circuit in a way, you see Archie's eyes kind of narrow, and they say, "I didn't think that synthetics would be affected by such things. I would think your programming would be more superior than the standard technological things that we have now."
Just because I am made to look like you and can mimic specific types of behavior doesn't mean I'm not still a machine.
So you're flawed. Got it.
So are you.
Never said I wasn't.
with that, we have entered Act 2.
Dun, dun, dun.
I have entered Act 2 agendas on all of your character sheets under your personal agenda because I couldn't find where else to put it. So remember, your agendas are secret. Do not share them with anybody. Do not say what they are. They're going to try and change and motivate and your actions now going into Act 2, and then you'll have a new one in Act 3, and it's changing with the story, but it's all based off your original agenda. So it's in line. It's not going to be, don't worry, not going to be anything too crazy here. So yes, we're in Act 2. It is kicked off. You all have new agendas. Go ahead and read them. This is gonna
Very interesting.
drive.
Would you
Yep, go ahead.
would you say this period has been worth the 2 turns?
Yes.
All right, that bumps stress down another 2 for those of us who, need that.
As
Whoop. How do we? Oh shit! Sorry. How do we?
Down to
How do we? I have some bug juice.
yummy.
So anybody who had any missing hit points as well, every 5 to 10 minutes you're going to get one back. So this has been about, I'm going to say like half an hour. You've been working on the truck. You've been trying to decipher things. The radio's gone off and this and that. So if people had any hit points that were down, they're back now as well.
Cool.
Okay.
So we're in the jungle. So the tractor kind of shudders, and then all the machinery after a few moments powers back up on it, and
Atta girl.
the engine starts again. You kind of give it a kick, and it goes. So you think you're okay. It's not the worst case scenario, but it's kind of just slowed you down a little bit, and something's going on. Something's going on where those Marines supposedly their last location was in that city. And they're your mission. So onwards we go.
I liked Lenny.
You liked? Uh-oh. What? Did
We're driving towards the thing.
The library.
The library. As a player, I'm looking back at my character going, man, I liked this guy.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have a question just about the shape of the truck in general.
Yes.
Is it like a standard deuce and a half? Is it a covered like flatbed, or is it open, or how does it like
Yeah, let me
appearance
turn it here in the
wise?
book. It's hard to
Is it
describe.
an APC? Is it like fully like in Aliens?
Yeah, do we have that cool turret in the front?
No, it's not an APC. There's no weapons on this thing.
Gotcha.
Let me just find it here. It is on page 141 if you have it. It's got like 6 wheels on it. It's high. It looks almost like a compactor.
Mhm.
Okay. A combine. No, a combine. And like the shape, it's almost like a combine that you'd use in your fields, but it's got like big, massive tires on it. It's up high. Can handle all sorts of all-terrain or all sorts of terrains. But there's no weapons. There are no weapons on this thing whatsoever.
That's fine. So
F equals MA. It can be a weapon if it go fast enough.
So who's driving? Is Big Red driving?
I was about to ask. I assume this is a heavy machinery roll, and also Red is that kind of butch.
Well, that's good, because I'd like to be in the passenger seat with my scope. Just sort of like, I figure like the pups will provide data to Archie, but I just good old fashioned. I got one good eye left, so I'm just gonna be looking through that and just sort of observing as much as I can.
Sure. So you're observing that. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say that Archie would be in the back doing, just keeping an eye on the maps or the pups, just trying to make sure that we're going in the right direction, given that type of stuff. But however, if Big Red needs it, he can help with the not necessarily the driving, but the controlling of the vehicle if things go wrong, because he can do that from where he's sitting. But for now, he's definitely focused on more navigation than anything else.
So piloting will be the role to drive this. I'm
cool.
Unless
Miscalled it entirely.
Unless you want to do anything like daredevilish behind the wheel, I'm not going to require a roll. Like there are trails here that they patrol, so you can drive this thing without having to make any sort of rolls, unless you want to like just off road and crash the bush, something like that. You can just. I'm not gonna need a roll if you want to.
All right, yeah, no.
Trails.
Crash bush was the best act that I heard at the Roxy all year last year, but nonetheless, probably not my course of action.
I love that. Good stuff. Okay, so we're gonna just drive the trails, head on in, spotting, scoping, keeping watch of everything around you.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make me an observation roll, please, Staff Sergeant Mark Antonio.
Copy that. Now, don't I get like a million minuses to this now or something?
It was to what?
I think it was
gouged
2.
eye.
Yeah.
-2 to observation and ranged combat.
Observation.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So so if I right click on observation,
yeah,
it's okay. -2. Okay. Roll.
At least you didn't lose your eye. Could have been worse.
That's true. Could have been
okay.
worse.
So you're not picking up anything. You're scanning the bush. You're scanning the jungle.
I'm gonna push it.
Okay. Okay. Well, you're watching, and you swear you see movement everywhere, but you hold it together. You can't. Yes.
What kind? Oh, sorry. I might have missed what Luther were doing. Sorry. Were they
scoping? Just literally scoping.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just for anything that the pups, because I have a spotter scope, so I was using that. Do I get a bonus from the spotter scope?
You do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
you can roll another 2 dice.
2 dice. Okay.
Another 2d6.
2d6. Got it.
Yeah. We'll see if you no successes on those. So
right.
You think you see movement, you're not sure. You see like leaves rustle in the jungle as you're driving through, but you don't see anything concrete that pops out.
I think Luther is visibly frustrated that he sees nothing.
Could I because I guess I don't want to take the role from him at all. But I mean, I would have been like in that observation area as well. So when I'm not looking at the pup as we're going on a stretch, I would have been using my binoculars to look as well. Okay.
Yeah, you could roll as well.
Okay.
The pups are picking up like life signatures everywhere.
Yeah, but
we used them last time, and they don't show you like if it's a person or this or that. like they're picking up like little
This-
critters.
Exactly.
and
It's more of
stuff
like
all around you.
passive looking around, whereas I would actually be also, keeping a
Yeah.
lookout as well.
Mice,
Okay.
rats, whatever. It's picking it up, and little life forms are blipping up everywhere.
So I need to make sure that stuff is actually being, because I should, if I'm counting this correctly, observation plus wit 8 should be 10 dice.
Holy moly!
It should be. Let's see what actually happens though.
Archie is very proficient
I'm
at what they
I'm the
do.
person who looks for stuff and does things.
3 successes.
It was 12 dice. I don't know where the other 2 came from, but I'm sure I counted wrong.
So between your binoculars and you're watching what the pups are picking up on your PDAT, and they're already at the edge of the city, and they're scanning buildings now. They're just going down the street, and these red lasers are just scanning and choreographing everything. And you pick up a building on the outskirts that has a number of life signatures in it. You're looking at like 12 to 15.
I'm assuming that's probably the library.
You can cross-reference the map that you have, because you do have maps of the city.
I do have maps, and I have their map that I took from them.
Exactly. It is not the library. It's not the hospital. And it's actually in the local civilians kind of territory, the freedom fighters territory.
Oh, yes. It's
Because they have it all mapped out in their information as well. We're kind of like where the cutoffs are with the different districts and where enemies are typically positioned. And this is actually in the freedom fighters area.
And it's and where is it at from our location? Sorry.
You're approximately 30 minutes away from this thing if you keep driving in the direction you're going along the road.
Can I real quick while all this is happening, just because I want to make sure that this is put in the narrative, but Lenny is going to have removed himself from the ghillie suit and switched it out for the ultra diffusive environmental poncho.
Okay. Yeah.
Poncho.
I made a Ford Observer, and I took that for mine, and I know exactly what that does. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I'll just speak out, Sergeant. There seems to be a place with a lot of signatures in it, specifically in a more civilian territory. They did mention freedom fighters, so they could be allies if we want to stop there, or if we press forward, or we can press forward.
All right.
But
No, it's a good point.
I leave that to y'all. Just wanted to relay that information. How are you feeling, Cord?
Thank you, Brandon.
I am feeling fine.
Just checking in. I'm allowed to check in.
Insert fry gif.
Yeah.
Narrowing eyes.
With that, so we've identified some signatures. We know where we're headed next time, and we are coming up to the end of our second session here, unfortunately. Just as we're getting into the city, and we hear some crazy, weird sounds over the radio, and we hear gunfire, we got to call it quits, and we'll be back next time.
Exactly.